a fraction of what's going on behind closed doors. For him to be that dismissive of her in public, on a stage, in a clip that is sure to go viral. I mean, Harry, and I think he's waking up a little bit. I think he's waking up to everything that he renounced for her. His job, his family of origin.
Headlines until I saw the simmering tension between the duplicitous Duke and his facelift-enhanced wife.
The master manipulator met her match. Harry stopped playing backup, and Meghan's perfectly rehearsed spotlight moment started to crumble.
It was the moment that made even the calmest royal watchers gasp. The master manipulator finally met her match. For so long, Harry had played the supporting role, the one in the background, the loyal shadow. But on this night, everything shattered. Meghan's perfectly rehearsed, camera-ready moment began to crack like thin glass, and for the first time, the world saw it happen live in real time.
Since then, as our network grew, we've seen the full scope of what we're facing. We have witnessed the explosion of unregulated.
New York, the city that never sleeps, the city that has seen everything. It was supposed to be their moment. The royal power couple, dazzling the world again. Designer clothes, perfect smiles, walking like they owned the night. Everyone expected an elegant, we're thriving moment, but instead, disaster. Pure, unfiltered chaos.
Is that he just doesn't seem to give a damn anymore. Now, Meghan the actress, of course.
But this drama didn't start in New York. No, the seeds of this storm were planted far earlier, as in Paris. And no, not the dreamy, romantic Paris of fairy tales. This was the Paris of old wounds, whispered betrayals, and memories Harry had spent decades trying to forget.
When you saw what was going on stage last night, the Duke literally giving her...
For Harry, Paris isn't just a city. It's a scar, a nightmare wrapped in flashing bulbs and endless screams. This is where Princess Diana lost her life. The tunnel, the cameras, the chaos. It burned into his soul. He'd spent years avoiding it, unable to breathe in that city without feeling the weight of the past. For him, stepping back into Paris wasn't just uncomfortable. It was almost unthinkable.
Speech. This is unraveling in real time in front of the world.
And then, Meghan announced she was going to Paris, alone. Business trip, she said. Harry didn't object. He didn't beg her not to go. But insiders whisper he was tense, quiet, a storm brewing beneath the surface in the days leading up to it. Because deep down, he knew something wasn't right. And oh, was he right? Photos started flooding online like wildfire. Meghan in Paris, glowing in designer outfits, waving at cameras like she was born to rule that city. But here's where it gets twisted. She wasn't just there to attend events. She filmed content right by the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the exact place where Diana's car crashed. Harry's most painful memory.
Remember, is their Humanitarian of the Year moment.
He completely checked.
When Harry saw those images, people close to him said he didn't just get upset. He broke down, like someone had ripped open a wound he'd spent years trying to stitch shut. And here's the part that made everyone's jaw drop. Meghan knew. Everyone who knows Harry knows what that tunnel means to him. This wasn't some innocent location choice. No, this was calculated, deliberate.
She used to do the doe-eyed look so the cameras captured them glancing at each other. She did it when they were first together, and she's trying it there.
She brushed it off, of course, said everyone was overreacting. Just content, she said, just another shoot. But friends of Harry whispered something different, that this wasn't an accident, it was intentional. And the tension, it was ice cold.
Rival.
We'll see you upstairs.
And the storm didn't end in Paris. It traveled with them like an invisible ghost all the way to New York. That tunnel, those pictures, that choice. It was the moment Harry's trust cracked. And their dynamic, it was never the same again. Paris wasn't just another city anymore. It became the symbol of a fracture. For people watching closely, it was obvious. Harry and Meghan weren't just stressed. They were on the verge of collapse. New York, loud, relentless, and unforgiving. Every camera flash was a scream. Every photographer's shout was an echo of Paris. To Harry, this wasn't a glamorous return. It was a nightmare dressed in sequins. Meanwhile, Meghan, she was electric, radiant. She owned that red carpet like it was built for her. Every flash, every angle fed her energy. She thrived in the spotlight. It was like watching a queen in her kingdom. But Harry? Harry looked like a man trapped in a play he never agreed to star in, his body stiff, eyes darting, searching for an escape. The warmth between them, gone. The easy smiles? A memory. Instead, the cameras captured cold distance. A couple that once made headlines for their love was now performing a silent war in front of the world. Their red carpet energy screamed one thing. This wasn't love anymore, it was damage control. And then came Marcus Anderson, the charming insider who seemed to be everywhere Meghan was. Toronto brunches, Montecito dinners, red carpets, always there, whispering, connecting, watching. To outsiders, he's a friend. To insiders, a third player in their marriage. He's the man who reportedly opened doors, whispered strategies, shaped Meghan's world from behind the velvet ropes. Meghan lights up around him, laughs louder, talks faster. And Harry? He fades quietly into the background like a man watching his own life slip away. Friends whisper, it's like there are 3 people in this marriage. Harry, Meghan, Marcus. What was once an epic love story now felt like a power play. Meghan was thriving, Harry was vanishing, and Marcus, he was always just there, smiling, like a shadow that never left. The inside jokes were gone. The warmth between Harry and Meghan evaporated. And Paris? It wasn't just a location anymore. It was the fracture line. Everything before it felt like a glossy love story. Everything after? Survival mode. Then came that now infamous viral moment. Harry reached for Meghan's hand, a quiet plea for connection in the chaos. But instead of holding it, Meghan subtly pulled away, eyes fixed on the cameras. She didn't even flinch. Her focus wasn't on him. It was on the spotlight. Insiders say that tiny gesture said more than any statement ever could. Harry was a prop in the Meghan show. Social media exploded. Team Harry celebrated. Finally, he's standing up for himself, they shouted. Team Meghan defended. It's just a hand movement, stop overanalyzing. But deep down, everyone knew. This wasn't the couple the world once adored. Something fundamental had changed. Old clips started resurfacing, interviews, documentaries, Meghan talking over Harry, guiding every conversation, controlling the narrative, and Harry just nodding along, fading into the background. But this time, Harry's silence wasn't obedience, it was resentment. When Harry and Meghan fled royal life, the world expected a fairy tale ending. A quiet, peaceful life in Montecito, freedom, privacy, a chance to breathe. But instead, they built a new empire. PR teams, media deals, strategic appearances, every smile calculated, every handshake rehearsed. What they escaped from, they recreated. Harry wanted quiet mornings, privacy, family time. Meghan wanted the spotlight brighter than ever. While he longed for simplicity, she craved the stage. Their marriage wasn't a retreat. It became a stage. And Harry wasn't the star. Enter the New York Gala. The night they were supposed to shine as a power couple. The night they were supposed to silence critics. Instead, it became the night everything cracked in public. Meghan walked in like a queen. Diamonds sparkling, dress flawless. Harry followed, shoulders tense, eyes distant. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere but there. His speech was raw, real, emotional. Hers? A runway show disguised as charity. The contrast was brutal, and everyone saw it. Even behind the scenes, whispers spread. People said this was the night the cracks became undeniable. Behind their Montecito gates, sources whisper of a marriage lived in parallel worlds. Meghan's life, events, meetings, strategy. Harry's life, silence, retreat, isolation. They share a house, but not a heartbeat. Some insiders even whisper about trial separations. Nothing official, but the tension, unmistakable. Every photo, every public moment is curated, perfection hiding, private drift. Harry, the prince who gave up everything for love, now lives in a golden cage, built not by the crown, but by cameras. Every red carpet, every handhold, every outfit, all rehearsed, all theater. The love story that once made headlines now looks more like a PR performance. A carefully built brand, not a shared dream. The fairy tale isn't dead. It's staged, and behind that stage, 2 people slowly walking separate paths. Observers whisper that Meghan thrives in the spectacle. Harry endures it, and each day the distance grows. The question that lingers everywhere they go, are they still in love or just holding up a brand? Their story isn't over, not yet, but the cracks are visible to the naked eye. Every new appearance, every speech, every viral moment adds another piece to the puzzle. Harry looks more like a man at the edge of a cliff, trapped between love and escape. Meghan, as radiant as ever, stands at the center of the spotlight she built herself. And the world? It watches like it's the most addictive soap opera ever written. Are we watching a love story or its final act? But here's the most jaw-dropping part of this entire saga. Despite everything, the cold glances, the awkward hand moments, the backstage tension, they still show up. Every event, every gala, every carefully framed photo. they keep performing, like seasoned actors who know exactly how to smile on cue even when their hearts are heavy. Observers whisper that it's not about love anymore. It's about the brand. They've built an empire on being Harry and Meghan. Not Harry, not Meghan. Harry and Meghan, two words that became their identity, their ticket to deals, visibility, power. And walking away from that, it's not as simple as walking out of a palace. It's walking away from everything they've built since. Insiders say this is what's really keeping them together. Not late-night talks, not shared laughter, but shared obligations. They've become too big to fail. Every step is calculated, every move scrutinized. A single wrong expression can turn into a tabloid storm. It's exhausting just watching them. Imagine living it. And yet, Meghan thrives in it. She was born for the spectacle, for the endless flashing lights, for the whispers that follow. She feeds off it. For her, the show is the oxygen. For Harry, it's suffocation disguised as glamour. Those close to the couple say their conversations behind closed doors aren't fiery fights. They're cold silences, long pauses. Like two people who live in the same house but speak two different languages. One is talking strategy, headlines, upcoming appearances. The other just wants to breathe. And then there's the internet. Oh, the internet. Every clip they release, every appearance they make becomes a global dissection. Body language experts line up to analyze their eye contact. Twitter explodes with theories. TikTok becomes a battlefield of Team Harry versus Team Meghan. And through it all, the couple smiles. Perfect, polished, performed. But even the best performances crack eventually. Insiders whisper that Harry, once content with fading into the background, has begun to resent the shadows. He gave up a crown, a country, and a legacy, and somehow ended up more trapped than ever. Meghan, meanwhile, shines brighter than ever, and the imbalance isn't just visible. It's painful to watch. What happens when the brand outgrows the love? When the performance becomes the marriage? Because right now, the stage lights are still on. The world is still watching. But behind that blinding glitter, there's a prince and a duchess standing on opposite sides of the same empire. One craving escape, the other refusing to let the curtain close, and that might just be the most scandalous chapter yet.